Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian. We're back with more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. again. I know I'm late, and again I'm sorry. It's just work schedule is just real fun. And then other stuff came up as well, so I just kind of kept putting things off. And there's that flavor of laziness that would kick in whenever I would have free time. Working on it. It's just real hard nowadays, especially with work. Anyway, sorry, going on back to or on to the show. Anyway, last episode we were stuck. Although no, we were, but Mick. Sorry, Mac and Deke were separated from the team, and they were there about a year and some change, almost 2 years, I believe. A year and 8 months. No, what's that? I think so. Yeah, because she said 20 months. I thought for some reason I was thinking a year and 18 months, or 18 months. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, Mac was dealing with his parents having. He was too late to save his parents. They were killed. We don't know how long ago it had been. He kind of just sulked for a good 20 months. Or actually, we don't know, because I don't know how long they've been running the place after they beat the robots, the kind of sort of new Chronocoms, before Yoyo and May showed up, and the rest of the S.H.I.E.L.D, obviously. But yeah, Deke helped Mac kind of pull out of that. We got Coulson back. He's in a monitor right now. And hopefully they're gonna have I keep wanting to say Elizabeth Simmons. Hopefully she has I don't know what's wrong with me. Hopefully she has a new body form. Let's see, what's his face? Nathaniel, whatever. He has the Weaver thing that the Chronocoms were using, and also Sybil's with him as well. So yeah, this could go very badly. Huh.
Welcome back, everyone.
So what's wrong?
Whoa!
At this rate, the Zephyr will collapse into a space-time singularity in 2 days. Or relatively speaking, 20 minutes.
Will it come again now?
Think of it like a stone skipping along the surface of a pond.
Ooh.
Couldn't wait till I was all here.
Things are pretty dire right now. Mac wants you to weigh in.
Good thing you built my head before my legs.
The time drive is malfunctioning.
Sit down. I can feel you worrying from here.
You can? I thought you needed to touch someone to do that. When did this start?
While we're in the lighthouse, I was starting to feel more like myself. And then, I picked up on you and Mac's, reunion from outside the room.
May, that's horrible.
Well, it wasn't all bad.
Invasive.
Please, don't bring me back there.
Take her home.
I don't recall you
What
being
about
there.
them? Who the hell are you?
We're here to see Jiaying.
Maybe after a few days here, you'll stop lying.
你相信他？
Yeah, so she can use her abilities to make it seem otherwise.
你也和我们一样。
And me not speaking her language. Haven't seen her done in a
我的
while.
朋友是
The crystals, so she doesn't die. Will it jumpstart her powers?
This is a diviner.
Right, the thingy.
Humans die if they touch it. But inhuman.
All right.
Oh. It's a prosthetic.
I forgot about the arms too.
It's settled then.
What did you do to her?
Oh, god dang it. That's so cool. cool but terrifying. Is it like a blood knife?
I was curious to see if your friend made any progress.
We should be able to cut the power to the time drive now. Stand back. There's gonna be a big surge of electricity. Electricity's dangerous, so...
Do I look like a Neanderthal to you?
I spent time with a tribe of Neanderthals. Agent Sousa does not resemble one. He lacks the characteristic brow ridges.
Can we just push the button, please?
You could guide her on an exploration of her emotional past.
Oh, yeah, no.
Feelings aren't exactly our thing.
They're really not.
If there's a chance it could work, don't you want to take it?
Oh.
This is literally my worst nightmare.
Finally, we agree on something.
I love you, May.
You know, all I'm feeling from you is embarrassment. If physical contact will help, I have an idea.
Fighting? Sparring?
Please tell me we're not gonna spoon.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep, the only way they can.
Avoid my hits using your power.
I'm still not sure. Ruby.
That was a tough call.
I barely had time to think. I acted on impulse.
But did you regret it?
I don't know.
We are not in the best shape, are we?
I'm happy to see you're healing. At least it feels like happiness. I wonder how many ones and zeros it takes to achieve that fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, I was lucky. Sousa pulled me out of the wreckage, got us home. I'm glad he's here.
It makes me happy too.
You ever jumped out of an airplane before?
Twice, though I only had a parachute the second time. In the event we do get stuck here, I thought you should have this. I put it together after you came on board. Procedures have come a long way since the 1950s.
Finally! Please tell me he uses it.
I was unfair to you back in '73.
No. We pulled you out of time. You just wanted to go home.
Still not an excuse.
I don't know.
Eso es todo lo que tenemos.
Parece que hay un ladrón aquí, ¿eh?
Espera, por favor.
Me voy por lo que es mío.
Oh, crap.
And now she has this gun. You think she plans to use it for something good?
She's afraid of what you'll do to her, Lee.
No.
Yeah.
That's not what she's afraid of.
Of hurting other people? She's gonna end her own life? She's trying to get away before doing it so it doesn't... Or is that somebody else?
Cora, you don't have to die today.
No. Oh, son of a... Oh.
It won't be easy. But I know we'll find some way to be together again. Time, space. It's never stopped us before. And I won't stop trying. I love you.
Like, since that day, there's only fear in your eyes. You don't see anything but a threat. Admit it.
No.
I love you. I've always loved you, no matter what.
You were gonna let him put a knife through my heart.
Never! Sweetheart.
This is a prison, and I finally found my way out.
I'm sorry, she's beyond.
Lee, no! Stop!
Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus.
One shot.
Come on, man, you got this. Oh my God, so cool.
You'll bounce back. Always have.
Maybe I'm not supposed to.
What is it?
I don't have to bounce back.
Yo-Yo? Yes!
We stop jumping.
Your new body still hasn't fully charged, so you'll need to power down for a few hours. Think of it like a nap.
Sure it is. At least let me.
Hey, you play the drums by any chance?
I can keep tempo.
I can keep that.
Wait, what's happening?
It didn't work.
What does that mean? Don't you dare. You.
What are you gonna do to them?
Let's call it a redistribution of wealth. Take Stabby here. I feel like we should shake things up. Give the world a little something new.
And what's that?
Anarchy?
Man, Nathaniel, like, he's really just screwing things up. Like, his existence messed things up more than I expected him to ever do. So, he's either gonna get a group together, give them abilities. Well, I know he has a group, but I mean, you know what I mean. Give the group he has right now abilities, or he's gonna take more of them onto himself. I don't know. Or both. We're on episode 8 right now. I know the next one's gonna be in a few days, or I guess technically tomorrow, but I'm not gonna be getting it until Thursday. Tomorrow for me being Wednesday, at the point of recording this. God dang it. I really hate that guy. She went from wanting to protect them, from doing a 180 and wanting to hurt them. Which, it's not a stretch to be turned that way by somebody else. Especially someone like Nathaniel that can skew your thoughts. Change perspectives like that and make somebody else seem like the bad guy. Which, to be fair, Zhang Yang isn't a good person necessarily. Well, she kind of turns dark whenever they experiment on her. So I don't know how she is at this moment. And I know May and them talked about it, like she doesn't go that way until, you know, they basically torture her and tear her apart. But, and what does that mean for Daisy? Like, well, she's not alive yet, right? Like, she hasn't been born yet. And she considers Cora, unless Cora is actually her daughter. I don't know. But Nathaniel I was hoping that it wouldn't, like, that maybe, you know, the Quake powers, that they wouldn't, once he once we saw that they were kind of faulty, that they would just kind of like dissipate, like it was like I don't know. I mean, it doesn't necessarily make sense thinking about it now why they would just go away, but he has better control of them now, it seems. And he has a cool little duster going on. And these wraps, I'm assuming that kind of protects him, or maybe, or to, because he didn't have them on earlier when he was with Sybil. And what happened? Apparently it didn't work to the Zephyr. But going back to what's going to happen to Daisy was my original point. And Zeus has got a new leg, so that's cool. He can walk normally now. Like, he doesn't have to worry about like supporting himself. It's thanks to Simmons and them with the and their being able to make the prosthetics the way they do. It works and feels just like a normal. He can actually feel on it now, so like he can feel on that leg. Which, I mean, you're not really doing as much with your leg as your hand, but still, it's still gotta feel awesome. Like after not being able to feel from knee down or however far it goes down for so many years now. I didn't think we had to deal with Nathaniel this episode, and that he would affect so much. He's messed up Afterlife. I want to know where Yoyo is going to be going. But it's Yoyo's abilities no longer have at least that kind of a limitation to where she has to bounce back. It was apparently a limitation she had like locked onto herself just from years of guilt. So subconsciously she put that barrier on herself, and then it just kind of got worse after everything she's gone through, and her powers in her mind kind of getting her in that situation, I guess. I am curious to like her realizing not having to bounce back, how that caused her to break free. I'm probably completely missing something that's supposed to be obvious. But I'm glad she can use her abilities again. That's gotta feel after I don't know how long it's been for them on the ship, because I mean they keep jumping, and they don't really spend too long in the past, even before it's the incremental jumping that's been doing. But after having your powers for so many years and then kind of sort of being ripped away, or at the very least broken in a way to you, and kind of being stuck normal after being used to those powers, then getting them back, almost like Sousa getting his the use of his leg again, which I kind of wish we saw more of that. I feel so bad for Coulson. I hate seeing him like that. Like he's been feeling like ever since being destroyed, and having time to kind of think more on himself, of whether he's more than just ones and zeros and programming, which I feel like he is. But I mean, that's a really hard dilemma to be in. I don't know if that's the right word, but like thinking logically, like you would think, no, he's not more than. I mean, he's programmed to be Coulson. He's got his copied personality. He's not actually Coulson. He's not actually feeling this. It's just a programming. But I don't like looking at it that way. But I can't imagine being in his situation and actually like being hit with the realization or with the idea that you're not real. This is just a copied emotion or a copied personality programmed. And that point where he's having to shut down to charge, and you could see it really affecting him, especially at the end. I don't know what kind of ending we could have for this Coulson. Like, would he stick around forever to kind of like train the next SHIELD agents, the next generation? Be there for the train all the other generations to come? If the agency continues after this? I mean, I hope they do. be interesting way to go. Or really choose to, well, maybe they could make it to where he ages, kind of like in Bicentennial, where they kind of age him, Bicentennial Man, where they age Rob Williams' character to pass on with his wife. Maybe he'll be with May. I don't know if like May says that she's starting to feel like herself. I don't know if that meant like she wasn't feeling the emotion of somebody else and she was just like base weird unfeeling May, or actually like normal May. But now her powers have extended to not just being by touch, but like in an area, which very inopportune time for that to happen. I guess opportune time depending on your point of view, because she didn't seem to mind it so much. Oh, it's hilarious when it decided to, advance. I guess I'm wondering if that's going to be a permanent thing as well, and if she's going to remain. Again, I don't know if she's like fully herself. If that's what she meant by feeling like myself again, or if she just means, I wasn't feeling other people's emotions anymore. I was just clean slate again. If that's the case, I hope that gets fixed somehow. But I love that the way that they had to delve deep into Yoyo's feelings is not meditation by contact and and being in close quarters. It's sparring, which kind of was getting the idea that that's where they were going to go. That was the route they were going to take, and it's perfect. I mean, it fits them perfectly. It's just not who they are. They just kind of sit still quietly. And May, in the first season, I believe, was showing her kind of going through Tai Chi. I think that's what it was. Being calm, but I think it's different in being in contact with someone and just kind of meditating over their feelings, especially since May isn't, like she said, feelings isn't her thing. I just thought it was funny that they went that route. I'm glad they did. It kind of seemed. It did seem to help Yoyo, at least in terms of realizing what's kind of holding her back. And we were able to get it at the very end. I feel like they should have maybe had Yoyo. I don't know if she would have been able to stop it. Should have maybe had Yoyo by them in case something went wrong. Maybe she could stop it in time. I don't know. Again, I don't know what's happened to them. So they went to blue. Maybe it reset, perhaps. So it won't just start at the, they blink out of existence. I'm assuming that wouldn't happen, considering, it's our team, and we have 4 more episodes left. I guess we'll see. So I'm wondering, like, what exactly is his abilities? Like, does he create knives out of his blood, or just create knives in general, or does he just teleport does he have his weapons holstered and he just teleports them to his hands? Can he teleport objects? Does he just create weapons? It's a cool ability. It looks cool. I like the kind of like the Nightcrawler effect of the smoke and everything. Like how it looks like the coloring of a blade whenever it's dissipating and reappearing. I love Enoch so much. Just when Deke was like, electricity's dangerous. Like, dude, he was in the 1930s, not in like the 1800s. He knows what electricity is. They had it in his time. Jesus, Deke. But he's like, what do I look like, a Neanderthal? And I was just like, I spent time with the Neanderthal. They're nothing like them. Especially with I forgot what he said about the brow, but you know how their brow is definitely different. But I just love that. It's like, yeah, he wasn't being literal enough, but I love you so much for being that way. Never change. And I also like that May, like her, kind of having these empathic abilities, kind of sort of gave off at least at first, the idea that she's she's inhuman. She wouldn't be able to touch the obelisk. That's not what it's called, is it? I forgot what it's called. But she wouldn't be able to touch it without, dying. Like Yoyo. And I forgot that the fact that she has prosthetic arms. Actually, for a second, I forgot that she had prosthetic arms, which is kind of silly, considering it's been a thing since season 5, at least the midpoint of season 5. But also when she grabbed it, I was like, I thought it lit up whenever Inhumans touched it, but whatever. But it's because she had prosthetics. I like that detail. So she touched to her face, and then it lit up. But other things like this can only be touched by Inhumans. If a human touched it, they would die. She just grabs it and like, yeah, I know the deal. They probably told her about it because I know Yoyo wasn't around during that arc. That was pretty sure that was in the second season. It was like nearing the end when they finally got to that point, nearing the end of the first arc, when they got around to that. I think I'm pretty sure she got her abilities around the mid-season finale. I think. And I think I'm not entirely sure. I could be reading into this, but I think Coulson might be thinking that Daisy and Sousa might be good together, just because when she was talking about that he's that he's he's been helping, he's good with the team, he fits well, and she he was able to help her out of the situation they were in. That she was happy he was there. But I think to that Coulson says, "I'm happy about that," or "I'm happy." What did he say exactly? I forget what he said, but basically, "I'm happy you feel that way." Here, I want to look it up or look at it because it's gonna bug me not remembering. Yeah, because he was talking about before that. Crap, I already forgot what the first part was. Sorry, Jesus. Happy to see you healing, and then she mentioned later on after he was talking about he thinks he's happy and he's not sure how many he was saying, I wonder how many ones and zeros it takes to get that fuzzy feeling. Jesus Christ. And then she went into that. We're talking about Sousa helping her out of the wreckage and everything. And he was saying, and she said, I'm glad he's here. He said, that makes me happy too. So I think that's what that was going for. I'm not 100% sure. I could be looking into that too much. But it just seems like a Coulson thing to do, because like he's a father figure to her. Father figure to her, Jesus. So it just seems like something he would do, like he'd be wanting her to be happy with somebody. Because he feels like she deserves somebody. It was really cool that Ming-Na was able to speak Mandarin in the episode. She hasn't done that in a while. I think it was season 3 last time she did it. I mean, it hasn't necessarily been needed, I guess, but it was cool just because I really like the way it sounds. I wish I could speak Mandarin so badly. I wish I could speak a lot of languages, honestly, but Mandarin's definitely up there on the list. I'm still Simmons mentioned before, or in this episode, that she doesn't know why that they're her connection with Fitz, in terms of communications, that got cut off whenever she went to rescue the team, I think, from the temple. I think that's what she said. So apparently they were still able to communicate, but something's kind of messed that up. And she was recording a message to send him. Not sure whether it would reach him. And I always, those two have just had the worst luck in terms of their relationship. Like the universe, as they've mentioned countless times, that it just seems to try its hardest to keep them apart, whether it be time or space. First, she was sent to another planet, somewhere way out there in the galaxy. Then it was the future, the past, and wherever Fitz is right now. I think Fitz apparently like is the one kind of like plotting their point. He's giving them, like, not necessarily in time, but like whenever they're jumping, he's planning their latitude and longitude. But I'm wondering if he could bring them to where he is. Even though that'd be a bad idea, because then that would give away his position, because he's completely out in the open apparently, and that was the reasoning why Simmons has that thing to keep her memories at bay of where he is, and why her and Deke now have to keep it secret, and Enoch, of course. Which I wonder if he knows, because I mean, I don't think he would give up the information through any kind of torture. But they could possibly like scan his memories from it. The other, I don't know now, considering they're kind of low tech since they were destroyed, and Sybil's kind of barely there. Although apparently enough to be able to look through the weave and the weave of time and be able to, I think that's what it's called. Give Nathaniel the information he needed to freaking, well, at least save Cora, but unfortunately put on a totally different path. I just like, is Ian doing something else other than like that? The reasoning, other than like part of the story, why he can't be with the rest of the cast, or that they can't at least show him? Because I feel like there could be some interesting episodes with showing his side, or maybe going back and forth. Because I just missed seeing the guy. Like, it's been a long time since we've seen him. Like the end of season 6. 6. Like, is he gonna be coming back? Like I said before, they can't end the series without Ian. Without Fitz. Which just sounds weird. They can't end the series without Fitz. And it'll suck for him to be only in one episode if that's what's gonna be the plan. But if it's the only way to have him, then at least we'd have him. But I don't know. I'm assuming he was on there with them. I really hope he was. But yeah, we don't know what's going on with it. Like why? I mean, obviously the damage they took when the Chronicom shot at them messed the time chip up a lot, and that's why it caused that. It was the drive? Was it the drive that was deteriorating? Yeah, the time drive was deteriorating, and that's what was causing them to basically skip against time. And the gaps kept getting shorter and shorter. I wonder if it's gonna jump them to Fitz. If anybody knows, please do not tell me. I do not want to know. But I mean, that might be bad, but I want it to happen still. But anyway, guys, that's it for this week's episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hope you enjoyed it. Or not this week's, technically last week's. And this week's episode will be coming up shortly. So you get 2 in 1 week from me, because I'm really bad at this. I'm so sorry. But if you want to stick around for this week's episode, go and click the subscribe button. And we have stuff up on Patreon again, so go ahead and check that out if you'd like.